Question. What is going on with emerging adult white males between the ages of, say, 18 and 25 to 30?
No more wasting time. Check it out.
Someone answer this question. What is going on with emerging adult white males between the ages of, say, 18 and 25 to 30? I ask you this because most of the clients that come to me have young adult white males between 18 and, say, 30, and they are sleeping all day, gaming all night, hiding from their parents, hiding from the world, smoking a lot of weed. They don't want to grow up. And I ask you this because most of the clients that come to me have young adult white males between 18 and, say, 30, and they are sleeping all day, gaming all night, hiding from their parents, hiding from the world, smoking a lot of weed. They don't want to grow up. And I don't want to use inflammatory language, but I have seen so much of this in the last 18 months that I would say this is an epidemic. And I don't think it's just one thing. I think it's a complex issue. I think it of this in the last 18 months that I would say this is an epidemic. And I don't think it's just one thing. I think it's a complex issue. I think it has to do with the attraction of gaming and the escape of that. I think it has to do with losing faith in the world and the way it's going at the moment. And I think in some way, action of gaming and the escape of that, I think it has to do with losing faith in the world and the way it's going at the moment. And I think in some ways, we all hit that 20s and we're like disillusioned with the fact that we have to grow up and like kick it into gear and take responsibility for ourselves. And maybe we don't want to do that. But why is it so much more difficult these days for this generation? Responsibility for ourselves, and maybe we don't want to do that. But why is it so much more difficult these days for this generation?
Shalom, shalom, Yasharala. All praises and glory goes to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the legmen feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, in sincerity and in truth with this great gospel coming out of our Bible. Coming out of our Bible, and you see it, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Because Esau is not the Edomite that he used to be, right? Esau done became lazy, Esau done became fat, Esau done became a drug addict, Esau done became unemployed, uneducated, worthless, right? He then became right, he's going right back to what he is, the basis of men. The basis of men. And they're realizing it as a nation, right? She said, what's going on with the white males? It's like they're hiding from the world. They are hiding from the world because the world is changing, right? It's a whole new world, right? Them days of them bullying motherfuckers, right? Running in people's territories and grabbing people up and raping the women and killing the men and hanging them from trees and burning them in lynchings and fucking pure violence and chaos. Them days is over. Them days is over. Them motherfuckers, nah, they a target. You go to these different cities, Jake hopping out the car, 6, 5, 7 motherfuckers with big guns and taking Esau shit. So Esau gotta flee these cities. Esau rather be in a metaverse, right? That's why that motherfucker pushing that metaverse world bullshit so much, because they don't want to leave their houses, right? They building these apartment buildings where it's gym in that motherfucker, it's grocery stores in that motherfucker. Right, their jobs in that moment. They don't want to leave the crib. That's why they got from home work, where people working from home. But guess what? All that shit about to be shut the fuck down, because that technology is about to be shut down, right? Your gaming, your swiping of cards, right? Ordering online. Big fat motherfucker sitting in the crib ordering food online all day, working from home, ain't doing shit, right? That's the spirit of these Edomites. And a lot of them is losers, right? You're looking at a losing class of people, and it's a wrap. It's a wrap with these devils. It's the book of Ecclesiastes 3:1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, right? And we're watching that spirit of Edomite America being plucked the fuck up, right? The Lord planted it, it rooted out, now it's about to be taken out and it's about to be destroyed, right? And these people have no pleasure in this spirit, right? These people have no pleasure in that American spirit, man. That genetically modified bullshit that was planted is being plucked up and people ain't receiving it. People ain't receiving it. That doctrine of a false Jesus, right? That spirit of just go to work and become a slave to society, to the bankers, to the elites, right? People don't want none of that bullshit. So it says a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill, and a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. And we see definitely America's being broken down. The days of it being built up was what, in the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, right? And what happened? The devils chose to go into the heavens, and that's when the Lord started bringing them down with that space travel and all that bullshit, setting up satellites in the heavens, right? It says a time to weep and a time to laugh and a time to mourn and a time to dance. And these devils are not laughing like they used to be. It used to be a time you walk down the streets of fucking Edomite with a big ass dumb smile on his face for no reason. For no reason. Now you see their faces, it's a look of despair. They got that opioid ass grill, right? That shriveled up ass grill. You looking at a cracker, that motherfucker 18 years old looking like he 35, looking like he 45, right? It's a wrap. It says a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose. And that's what happened. These devils are losing. They're losing, and ain't nobody gonna have no mercy upon them. Ain't nobody gonna have no mercy upon them because they're worthless, man. You can't even use them for your military, right? They can't even be used for work as a cop, right? They too drugged out to fill positions at jobs. That's why they bring in so many migrants in America, because a regular American is on them dope. He's a dope head. He's a drug addict, right? Pretty soon they got these UN troops, these other militaries, and even the American military about to start killing Americans. They already passed out a memo asking questions of, would you kill an American if you had to? Yeah, hell yeah, they gonna kill a motherfucking American if they have to. That's their job. First off, the love of many have waxed cold in this society. People no longer care about each other, so we already know it ain't gonna be an issue when it comes to laying down one of these lazy, new age generation zombie ass, Egyptians. This is the book of Isaiah 47:1. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Tender and delicate, it's a wrap, right? White boy spirit of America, of a great American white boy, right? That white boy used to be a motherfucking, he used to be a great military dude around the world. He used to be an engineer. He used to be a scientist, right? A so-called inventor, right? A creator of good things. Right now, people looking at him, man, you the devil. All your inventions was taken from black people. Yeah, your military going around the world killing innocent people. You got big guns fighting motherfuckers with sticks and rocks. Yeah, and the Lord put a dum-dum on Esau, man, to sell his own weapons to these other nations. And guess what? These other nations done re-engineered these weapons. Right, that's why they gonna use these weapons against Esau, Edom. They waiting for this devil to get weak. Right, and that's what's happening. The devil's getting weak. Verse 2, it says, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thighs, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. That's what's happening. What's going on with the white males? Yeah, they're lazy. They can't even make it in the military. They're too fat, right? They can't pass the physical test. They can't pass the drug test. They can't pass the mental test. What's going on? Yeah, we know what's going on. Lord is bringing your asses down, motherfucker. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Right, the Lord's about to take vengeance for what all the things that these devils did to who? The children of Israel. The children of Israel. It's the book of Obadiah. Obadiah 1 and 8, it reads, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau, right? These was men of wisdom at one time, so-called wisdom, right? Men of ingenuity, men of education, right? Other nations came to America to be educated, but now motherfuckers is like, man, it's some bullshit. I can't use this shit around the world, right? These nations that came here and learned the Edomite education and went home and did the treachery of Esau to their people, and a lot of people got killed. That's why it's so many revolts in these different countries. A lot of these politicians you see in these different countries ruling, where were they educated? Underneath Esau, Edom. Underneath Esau, Edom, and they came back with that democracy. Right? They came back with that republic spirit, that democracy, and that bullshit Edomite spirit. And guess what? Their system is failing. Right? Because Esau's wisdom is not wisdom. You can't rule by Esau's ways, because Esau is all about thievery. Right? You're dealing with a man that's all about thievery and robbing and deceiving people. Right? You can't rule over your people in that spirit. Read again, Obadiah 1 and 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and the understanding out of the mount of Esau? Right? It's a wrap for these devils. Right? This is the book of Jeremiah 49 and 7. It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him. Right? What the Lord about to do? For I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him. The time that I will visit him. I'm going to go back again. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Nah, them motherfuckers busy at home playing video games and getting high off drugs. Dropping out of college, dropping out of high school, dropping out of the world. You got a lot of Edomites, man. Hey, we're living off grid. They don't even want nothing to do with this society no more. They no longer voting, right? They're no longer registered voters. They're no longer dealing with their politics of their society, right? They're fleeing into mountains and they're fleeing into little cities where it's small amounts of people, right? Even Edom ain't dealing with fucking Edom. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Yes, it is vanished. It's a wrap.